Let's talk about the KastKing Fillet knife here. I got one of the longer versions, but pretty much the same, all of them, just different lengths. This one is one of the knives that has really surprised me in the testing. I've been using it for about 3 months now. Now I've been testing out all the other different knives in this price class as well, below $30. And I think this knife was about $27 or along those lines when I bought it. So overall quality of this knife, I would say, is pretty good. It does come with kind of a soft grip here. As you can see, it's hard to describe. It feels a little bit anti-slippery, which is awesome. It's not the best anti-slippery material I've experienced, but this knife sits really nice in my hand at least. Now I'm a pretty big guy, so it's going to depend a little bit on your hand size, right? But in my hand, this one sits really nice. Now for the bolster of this knife, it's not the best one. I can see the fingers being able to slip up here if you're not careful. But the grip itself is a little bit anti-slide as well, even though the knife is wet. Now the knife is not of tank construction, which, I mean, it's a cheap knife, so what you expect. But it's pretty light overall, I would say. I think this one is made in China. As for the actual blade itself, pretty flexible blade on this knife. It's one of the more flexible ones I think I bought out of all of them. And it came out of the box really nice and sharp. Also, as you saw in the beginning here, it does come with a sheath. Now this sheath is not one that you can fasten on your belt or anything, but it is a good sheath. Like some of the other knives, what was it called, Kershaw? The Kershaw knife's sheath is useless. This one is nice and a little bit difficult to slide it back in, but fine, right? For the actual sharpness of the knife, now this one came delivered in a box, so the blade itself was pretty protected out of the box. When I opened it and started using it, it was really nice and sharp. Now over the past 3 months, as I have been using it, I did have to sharpen it, but I mean, it did last a decent amount of time. It's a good knife. It's really sharp and nice as well when you resharpen it. Since it is such like a flexible blade, it is really nice for making fillets, you know, cutting off the skins. However, it's not the best knife for cutting through bones. This is one of the longer versions of the knife, so it does have a little bit of thickness and strength to it compared to the shorter versions. But still, I wouldn't say that this one is the best for bones. Now, we went out and caught some mackerel here a little bit earlier today. I figured I could show you in practice how this knife works. So let's just make a little bit of an incision here behind the fin, and the knife slides nicely. It's like cutting through butter with this knife. It's nice and sharp. You can feel all the bones sliding down along the fish here. And as you can imagine, this is also really good for removing the actual skin from the fillet. Since it is so flexible and also so sharp, it's not really that big of a deal ripping through the skin or anything. Now, is it the best knife overall for the price? Maybe. It does have its advantages and its drawbacks. I'm gonna make a big video here comparing all the fillet knives under $30, or the most popular fillet knives under $30 anyway. So should check that out next. If you want to just purchase this one, I'm gonna add links. I appreciate if you use them. However, I would recommend that you check out the big video before you make your decision. Anyway, thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you over in the next one.